Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Today we're diving into the electrifying world of General Motors, GM. Over the past decade, GM has been sparking promises of electrification left and right, but the results? Well, they've been shockingly underwhelming. GM's dream of becoming America's leading EV manufacturer has turned into a nightmare, with losses in the billions and a reputation that's taken a serious hit. Let's break down the 6 reasons why GM's EV ambitions have short-circuited. Reason number 6. The broken promises of Mary Barra. A decade ago, Mary Barra, GM's CEO, unveiled a strategy for mass electrification, aiming to launch 20 electric cars by 2022 and 30 by 2025. The goal was to sell 1 million EVs by 2025, dethroning Tesla and turning a profit. However, these plans now seem overly optimistic. Today, GM has launched only a few electric cars, with the Bolt being the only mass-produced model. In 2022, GM revised its plans, aiming to sell 400,000 electric vehicles by 2025. However, in 2023, GM sold just 75,883 EVs, mostly the now discontinued Bolt. With the EV market growth slowing down, it's clear that GM's journey to its desired numbers will take longer. Like most car makers, except Tesla, GM is losing billions on its EVs. GM's EV program has been a fiasco, and Barra seems to be the only one not admitting it. Reason number 5. The Chevy Blazer EV debacle. Last year, GM rolled out the Chevy Blazer EV, a model that was touted to be a game-changer in GM's lineup. On paper, it had all the makings of a success story: sleek design, a range of over 300 miles, cutting-edge tech features, and a price tag that wouldn't break the bank. But as soon as it hit the roads, the problems began to surface. Owners started reporting issues of all sorts. The most prevalent were software glitches, a common headache in GM vehicles these days. But it didn't stop there. This mid-size SUV seemed to be plagued with more serious problems. Edmunds testers reported a staggering 23 faults after just 2 months and less than 2,000 miles of ownership. Inside EV writer Kevin Williams had a similar experience during a week-long test drive of the new Blazer EV. The infotainment system went blank while driving, and attempts to charge the vehicle failed, culminating in a "service vehicle soon" error message. In short, owners were not just grappling with issues related to high-tech interior features, but also faced numerous problems with charging and battery performance. The situation was so dire that there were even instances of owners abandoning their vehicles. Reason number 4. Software woes. In response to the issues with the Blazer EV, GM halted sales in December. Barra, GM's VP of Products, Software and Services, stated that all issues, including the inability to charge the battery, were resolved. The root cause was minor coding bugs that hindered communication with public EV chargers. Vehicles were recalled for software updates, and GM also added or modified some features based on customer feedback. However, connectivity issues, particularly smartphone integration, remained unresolved. Consequently, GM doesn't offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in the Blazer, and has no plans to do so in future vehicles. Sedanock claims the vehicle's internal systems offer superior functionality, but this is another setback for GM. Furthermore, GM's semi-autonomous driving system, Super Cruise, continues to face issues, affecting customer satisfaction. The release of Ford's Blue Cruise highlighted the inferiority of GM's system in terms of ease of use and overall convenience. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Reason number 3. The stalling of Silverado EV and Sierra EV. GM's journey towards an all-electric future has been fraught with challenges. Amid market slowdown and production optimization issues, GM has delayed the production of its most promising EVs. The company had introduced all-electric versions of their key models, the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickups, boasting superior technology, capability, and luxury. However, due to market trends and financial risks, mass production of these pickups has been postponed until late 2025. Meanwhile, Ford halved its all-electric F-150 production, indicating a low market potential for electric pickups at present. Additionally, GM postponed a $760 million investment in the Toledo plant, their first U.S. plant for electric drive units, with production not starting until year-end. Consequently, GM had to reduce its targets and delay other launches, including the all-electric Equinox, an affordable $30,000 EV initially set for a summer release. The launch has been postponed, with further details awaited. Reason number 2, the share buyback saga. Given the colossal EV investments and significant losses, it's clear that GM's financial health is far from robust. Last year's UAW strike, which cost the company another $1 billion, coupled with recent delays, has led to a significant drop in GM's share values. Current investors are concerned, and new ones are scarce, forcing the company to postpone some major projects to conserve capital. Furthermore, GM has been compelled to make another move, announcing a new record-breaking share buyback. This time, we're talking about a buyback worth $10 billion, a glaring indicator of the massive EV debacle. The buyout program is expected to wrap up in the last quarter of this year and will be executed by Bank of America Corp., Goldman Sachs Group Inc., Barclays Bank plc, and Citigroup Inc. For many experts, this is seen as an opportunistic plan, primarily aimed at placating investors who had high expectations. On the flip side, UAW President Shawn Fain has consistently criticized GM's strategy of buying back shares while offering smaller raises to its hourly employees. Reason number 1, the hybrid comeback. In the beginning of this video, we discussed Barra's unfulfilled promises. However, we overlooked the most significant one. Once upon a time, GM's CEO announced plans to transition the company's lineup to all-electric by 2035. The goal was to phase out internal combustion engines in record time, but clearly, that's not going to happen. With the current market slowdown and the government's decision to ease up on carbon emissions, it's clear that internal combustion engines will continue to be the primary energy source for quite some time. Around the same time the EPA proposed a new plan, GM announced its intention to reintroduce hybrids. Initially, the company wanted to bypass this step and leap straight into electrification, but this move indirectly admits that their strategy was a complete failure and that they're now exploring new sustainable business models. As for hybrids, they're currently growing at a faster pace than EVs, so this U-turn certainly makes sense. GM will finally have the opportunity to introduce a profitable technology. But the question remains, can GM easily transition into the hybrid territory and compete with major players like Toyota? Only time will tell. Thank you for tuning in to Piston Pundit. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. See you on the next ride.